Well, as you can see,
You were gone for ages! And now you're suddenly... Hey, what's with the silence?
You never think things through before asking questions.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly... There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy!
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. Anyway, you plan to leave our...
Yep. We're not gonna find... Enough with the silence!
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with...
Al-Haytham, you haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village.
Yeah, you're...
While you were investigating, I had...
Really?
To be honest, we aren't really a team. Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some...
Huh? Right here in the...
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But...
What is that?
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single...
You mean... some of...
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to... Remember what Candace said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily care which deity. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply... Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been observing your... The reason being, to someone who only wants to live their life in peace...
Those eyes.
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's authority.
Right. You were asking about the I mean...
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are Scarlet King fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly towards the village...
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to...
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement in...
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act...
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru Village at night. In other words...
What?
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me.
We're on it!
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier...
Mr. Al-Haytham...
Huh? What do you mean?
Go ahead and talk to her. Go on.
Is it really that simple?
May I call you... hi, Traveler. Do you think the resurrection of the Scarlet King can truly change Sumeru for the better? Why's that? That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. Before, I wouldn't... Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
Yeah! We came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong. But even so, we've met lots of people from different... We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help!
My apologies for posing my questions like that.
Al-Haytham told us you have your reason.
The fact is that I'm... only one. Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in the...
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that...
Yeah. Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes to bloodline and slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretended not... And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation.
You can tell them.
All right. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint, but it used to be louder and more frequent. But ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often. And when it does...
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar... But, because we're in the middle of a desert, he would rather believe...
There's really nothing around these...
I think they used to use it for treating Eleazar, but it's been abandoned.
Yeah!
to me.
Take that!
We're way behind schedule.
Perhaps whoever left these behind was also fulfilling a contract.
Oh, is this the place? It's in terrible shape, and there's sand everywhere.
Empty and forgotten. An ideal place to hide people.
We're way behind schedule.
Ah, monsters, watch out!
Where do you think you're going? Law of the jungle!
Don't blink! Hey! Incoming! Speed of light! Nowhere to hide! Incoming! Cut to the chase! Don't blink! Blaze over! Speed of light! Hey! With sword comes shadow. Don't blink! Animal hypostasis emulation! Stand clear! Born of ice and frost! Time for your arraignment! No touching!
This is long overdue.
Cut to the chase! Incoming! They were easier to... He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
This is the one. Let's go in and take...
Hey, I hate that.
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then... I'm taking a break.
And just like that, he sits. What are you reading? Let Paimon.
Okay, sure.
Huh? The natural position, which is the.
So...
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya. How is he so relaxed? Look at him. reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this. Hey, Paimon's your Tibet travel guide. And anyway, it's not Paimon's fault that the books people read in Paimon's getting so sleepy. Huh? What was that sound?
There it is. It's coming from that direction.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It's from below.
But there's no way we can get down there.
Something is off about the interior here. As I thought.
Wow. It's like they tucked it. Oh, it looks like there are other mechanisms.
All is accounted for. Let's move out.
I'll ensure your safety.
Speed of light! Hey!
Access denied. I can fix this.
Incoming! Hey! Don't blink! Incoming! With sword comes shadow. Rest and rebuild! Look! There's someone over there! Good idea! Let's approach him
Wait. You're...
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused. Also, why...
Didn't expect to see you.
You know...
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the...
He's a scholar, too? Is he the kind that holes up in a forest and mumbles stuff about training?
No. And that's the problem. Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest. Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being... Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart.
Loaded.
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry. The symptoms are identical.
Huh?
Allow me to jog your memory. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Oh! Now
Correct. The academia, it isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the academia spread a false rumor of the Scarlet King's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keep. These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based in Aru village leapt into action. Unbeknown, as well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends, this scheme has one further advantage. Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since the Scarlet King's death all those years ago. Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of the Scarlet King, and look for the notion of an academia plot wouldn't even cross their minds.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. But there's still one very important question.
Throughout this process, first, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were... An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone becomes a missing... If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them.
Resource?
One possibility is that the information in the...
Extracted?
With the technology of the Sumeru, perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out.
So, the human brain... Nope, nuh-uh.
I'm the Academia scribe, after all. Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted from his... Or perhaps, his curiosity got the...
Paimon...
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer. That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about... However, I can't help but... The Academia is going out of their way to look... I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the...
You mean you're not even slightly in...
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge. But I'm not extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects.
Sounds like you're really a...
Of course. The whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. This matter needs to be correct.
Wait! Didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for...
Not to be callous, but no. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat as well.
Probably not.
You can say that. Simply, the divine knowledge capsule is something I want to investigate in full. That doesn't...
Paimon's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad...
Though I must say, uniqueness is also an asset.
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed. If only...
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. He won't last long if we leave him here. We'll work out our next step.
You must be tired.
What's the situation?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless, he's one of the people we're trying to find.
So, at one point in time, the abandoned Eleazar hospital served as the academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru Village, since divine cant knowledge has been in circulation for a while now. Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village, almost as if they knew we were on their trail.
We may have a mole in our... One of us could be secretly
Huh? Are our friends?
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies Sino. You're the
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words, Faye.
It is simply a logical inference.
So what you're saying, interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one.
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take act, simply put, the academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. If you want to raise a vicious wolf,
The academia?
It's not that simple. The academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they every so often comes on Yagarbaha Day. On this day, I remember seeing a thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the General Maham.
You're saying that the academia entered my But what's the point in doing that?
The Akasha is capable of The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart,
It predicted my
the academia has been watching you
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to that. Sino, don't take it to heart.
They escaped.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements, then I'm...
Whoa, you bounced back.
There is always an opportunity for...
Oh, so that's if the academia is trying to avoid... Yep, that's...
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going. I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys!
Please, wait! I want to go... I want to find Grandpa.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Yay! Paimon feels like...
Speed of light.
So, where do we go from here?
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
I know the desert like the back of my hand.
Is that because you play here a lot?
Yep. One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert. But I was the one who brought him back.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work. Okay.
These are likely fragments of an academia-developed device. Looks like there were more than one village keeper. They must have been escorted this way. Let's split up and search the area.
Is this what we're searching for?
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
How did it end up buried in the sand? They must have been attacked a lot.
Wait, what?
Grandpa, I hope you're okay.
Don't worry. Your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak didn't display any signs of starvation or
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone far.
Ugh, but running on sand is so tiring.
But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too?
Ugh, of course it is.
Voices, over there. It sounds like an argument.
Whoa, you have really good ears.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us.
You're one of us. We would.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do.
I knew.
Dia? Why would you? Dia!
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa?
Well, look at.
This complicated.
You've betrayed Aru village?
So, this is the Dear, you'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself. I have the.
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman.
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Shut it, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing could deter us from the grand mission of resurrecting.
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone.
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of the Scarlet King. Whether I.
It's not too late yet. The village
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our faith is our purpose.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia, even if they end up disbanding the Eremites,
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. The sun and the moon no longer shine here. All you see now, with these scholars in our custody, will stomp the Academia's forces and...
ridiculous. Think about it. The academia control. If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men. They're all.
They look more like pawns of the Academia to me. Filthy traitors. Your god abandoned all honor and betrayed the Scarlet...
It's impossible to perhaps we...
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the Academia? These people have no value as bargaining chips. These scholars were exiled from the Academia. I, on the other hand...
Wait, you can't be serious.
So, you want...
Precisely.
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you instead?
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd get the chance to observe the scholars.
Think you could...
I'm not trying to persuade you.
You were the scribe. What do you have?
Not all desert dwellers believe in the Scarlet King, and the same applies to the Academia.
You Academia scum. Every last one of you is nothing but a hypocrite.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said? You know you're making a dangerous decision.
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take the...
We've known each other.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honest... Come on, Raman, don't be a coward. If you're serious about taking on the academia...
An arm from... What if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're mercs.
You're not wrong, but this is different.
Let's do it right here, then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying to negotiate!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Ramon, I'm holding.
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
No! Dia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
You don't have to go.
That's not for you.
Do it!
Dia! Run!
Stop!
What's wrong?
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm. You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now, take your friends.
Phew. I was really counting on him not going.
Dia! That was crazy!
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm. Okay, I'm sorry.
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can, if it came down to it.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about. Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are others out.
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find.
Whatever it takes? You just might be
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once said that I was a lunatic.
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself? Okay, let's get moving.